kick this one away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And that penalty is going to go ahead and put them right back where they started. It's 1st and 10 again. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Going to run again with Swift. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. There he goes on the right side. He's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears make it a 1-point game. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears tie this game 7-7. After tying this game up, they're all set to center away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gone. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. That brings up 2nd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I can feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Goff on third. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Double coverage, a deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions break the tie here in the first. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Feed the beast. Second time now we've called a touchdown for him. And now he's over 100 yards. No need to go anywhere else with the football, but put it in that guy's hands.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. On play action, here's Williams. Drops it underneath, Swift. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Williams from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And it'll be first down Bears.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
First down throw by Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Here's Williams again. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
And the Bears first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Swift gets it, going left. And he gets him around 6 there. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Williams. Short pass brought in. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. It's a 14-7 game. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They'll start out with 3rd and maybe a couple inches at most. Toward Moore, but it's intercepted. Meek Robertson takes it away. And he dodged the tackle. So we get this up across their own 20 on the interception return. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Goff tosses it quickly out wide. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Ready.
Design quarterback run here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
6-yard line.
They've got first down here from the 36. From the gun, Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And it doesn't get much, up to maybe their own 40. Kevin Byard there to bring him down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
To the right, he's got to slow. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Lions have a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Goff to the air now. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Big strike here to Williams. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that is good for Detroit first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Jump off top by his back. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. That one splits the uprights. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return.
Devin Duvernay on the return. The Bears take over a first down at their own 23-yard line.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Williams to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Jake, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third down, here's Williams. He finds Odunze downfield. And he has it right near midfield here. Looks like about a yard short. A gain of 26 yards there. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, here's Swift. And he gets him one as we come up to the 2-minute warning. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming third down.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Williams with 3rd and long. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Now he loses the ball. They'll recover, still with it. And what an effort after everything. Seemingly went off the rails, Brock. He never gave up on the play, and he turns it into an excellent result.
7-yard gain. Intercepted by the Bears. A gain of 7. First down, Chicago.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Connecting with his back here. Swift. He's on the move past the 15. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears making a one-score game before halftime. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole.
Oh, there it goes. It's a fake. And this play will not reach the end zone. He's held out, and they will not take another 2 points off that lead.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Hey, kill. White 20. Listen. Super one.
Now gone. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense in the hurry up here.
3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. This one to Williams out left side. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Give him 13 on that play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Left. Harbaugh. Black 20. Harbaugh. Set.
On 1st down, it's gone. He beams one deep right side. Oh, there's another one to Williams. And he's in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions grow their lead just before halftime. Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions lead by 15 now.
Bears 13. Jack Fox to kick off.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he gets crushed by a big hit. Oh, man. Right at the 25 to end it. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. It's on the turf. Ball's out. He lost it. The Lions get to it. And they'll take over a little further upfield thanks to that return.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
First down now, ball at the 33.
We go tonight. White 20. Set.
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Cut at the 10-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
7 yards.
Red flag. Super one.
For our Lions.
DC. Set.
From the red zone now. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions get more points to end a lopsided 1st half. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions grow the lead now to 22 points. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. Good running here on first down as he works his way forward for about 8. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. They put a receiver in motion right. Working from the gun, Williams. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Trying to find his tight end. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down. 10 seconds to go in our half, partner. We've got whistles. It's a timeout. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3. And motion the tight end over. They've got a man in motion. Looking to throw. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did. We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. Here's Duvernay on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams on EA Sports in just a moment. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's Raymond on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Raymond on the return. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Throwing is gone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Like 20.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Off play action, Goff. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grow the lead coming out of halftime.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions grow their lead yet again. Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Williams set to pass. And the Lions are there to bring him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. It's going to bring up second down.
Pete, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the third sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation. Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
Short pass brought in. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Williams to throw on third. Has his man caught by Odunze. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Bears.
First down, Williams to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Brian Branch has it. And the Lions are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Come on, set.
This play is a design run. It'll be a yard at most there, and it's second down. Offense to the line fast.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Third down run by Gibbs. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
They've got first down here from the 36. Again, it's Gibbs. There he goes again. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
First down, and they go right back to it. And the stop is made just a couple of yards shy in that end zone. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions parlay the interception into points. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the offshoot quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. This drive is going to begin with a run by Swift. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Here's Williams. This is Loveland working the right side. And they're going to be set up with a first down after a nice gain there as he's down by contact.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
That's good. For the Bears, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. First down, Williams. This is brought in. Big gain here for Loveland. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So they'll decline this and take the result. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Williams to throw on first. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
Second and 10 now. Williams. Brought in right side by Moore. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. From the red zone on first. Forced out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
Second down and goal.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Bears with the ball, but they enter the 4th at a massive deficit. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Escapes the pocket. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're rolling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Third and goal, it's Williams. On the move, headed right. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. That is Lewis Cine. And the Lions are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, Kate, that's far from the first time we've seen him throw into the wrong team, but this one was probably the most costly.
Now Ryan Lyons just about ready. First and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. They aren't getting anything here, Brock. They're actually going to lose some. Back to the 10. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Tackle made back at the 10-yard line.
Play action here with Goff. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third and long for him here. He throws a bullet deep to the right. He's got it deep downfield. At the 20. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions are running them out of the building. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. That one splits the uprights, and the Lions continue piling on to this lead. Fox now to kick this one away.
To kick off for the Lions.
Here's Duvernay on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Running with Swift out of the gun. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat. But the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Third down, here's Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. If you couldn't do it.
Dose of the hurry up here.
And the Bears first down.
Out of the shotgun. It gives to Swift. Saw the lane, hit it quick. Call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here's Swift on second down. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards or reset the downs. Williams to throw here. 3rd and 1. Headed out right. And down he goes. The Lions rush gets home. And now it's 5 sacks for them in this one. Man, this defense is eating. Latest brings up 4th down.
And it's 4th down.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Starting this drive with a design run. Again, he's got room. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions throw 6 more on the blowout. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. The Lions continue adding on to that lead.
66. Bears 13. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. First down throw by Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is persuaded to go out of bounds just as he gets this up past the 30-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Williams from the gun.
First down.
Throw left side finds Burden. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 34-yard line.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Now can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. Here's Williams again. Throw it deep to the left side. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Coming right is Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Another one for Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions moments away from a 2-0 start. Second down now, they need 7.
Black 20.
A give left side for Gibbs. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out.
Hey, Shell.
They'll go right side with Gibbs. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Dexter on the stop. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This only a chip shot from the right hash.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. Their own 16-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
What is going on?
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Big strike here to Moore. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. There's a reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Williams on 1st down. Chased out to his right. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. Well, at this point, Brock, the surprise isn't that he nearly threw another interception, right? It's that these guys actually let him off the hook defensively this time by dropping it.
Kate, they let him off the hook. Let him off the hook. And the stat sheet might forget that.
And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. Brian Branch has it. So it's 1 for the win column for the Lions. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.